Hey, friends, turn to Jesus. That's our encouragement, our devotional idea, maybe rant. We'll see. Just we have to begin to learn that turning to Jesus is where we're actually going to find the answers that we need, not just the ones that we want. We've been looking at a story in Mark chapter 1. The same story is in Luke chapter 4. We're going to read 28 to about 41. You should read, 38 to 41. You should read 38 to the end of that little section. But then we're going to read those just a few verses and then talk about it. Luke 4:38. Jesus left the synagogue and went to the home of Simon. Now Simon's mother-in-law was suffering from a high fever, and they asked Jesus to help her. So he bent over and rebuked the fever, and it left her. She got up at once and began to wait on them. At sunset, people brought to Jesus all who had various kinds of sickness, and laying his hands on each one, he healed them. Moreover, demons came out of many people, shouting, "You are the Son of God." But he rebuked them and would not allow them to speak, because he knew that they were the Messiah. See, there's that demon story again. And like we said, that's not really something that we deal a lot with. But we do deal with illness and injury and quote unquote evil spirits when we allow them to exist inside of us. And so what was going on was, as soon as Jesus called the four, he took them right into battle. Now, some people believe that Peter would later deny Jesus because Jesus healed his mother-in-law. I have no opinion about that. I have a great mother-in-law. That being said, what we need to understand about this little section is that all of these people, they were bringing their problems to Jesus. Right? And that's the model for us. See, if you're like me, what I'm quick to do is to run to the self-help section at the bookstore. And if sometime I'll show you, I have tons of those kind of books, because sometimes all we need is a little tweak. We need a little bit more information. We can figure a problem out that we have, and that works. Other times, it's dealing more with the brokenness that's inside of us. And it's not a matter of inspiration, right? Just more knowledge. It's not a matter of perspiration, right? Just working harder. It's a matter of transformation. We need Jesus to actually do something inside of our hearts and inside of our minds and our souls, right? And what's so crazy about the story of Jesus is, here it says he healed everybody. But as we've discussed before, sometimes it seemed like he would step over one person and around another one and by another person, get out of the way, just to go heal somebody that was beyond four other people that needed to be healing. And I don't get it. It's one of my questions that I'll have for him later on. My best guess, though, is that it's his way of saying, what you think is obviously the thing that he needs to change isn't what's most important. And if we will come to him, sometimes he'll heal what we think is the obvious thing, but he'll always heal what he thinks is most important, here and in our soul. And so that's what we've got to learn. Whether we think it's a big deal, whether it's not, whether it's something we think that we can change, whether it's something that, we're not sure about, we need to learn to take what we're going through to Jesus, because he's got the answers that we don't necessarily want, but the ones that in every case we need. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.